Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be an episode that I'm doing for two reasons. One, I've been saying I wanted to give you inside scoops and recaps on me growing a business for a number of weeks and I haven't done it. The reason why I haven't done it is because I haven't wanted to put out shit content. I've been fearful of that. But the reality is for me, I don't have a videographer with me all the time. So therefore, eventually I've just got to do it, right? You're either going to like it or you're not. But for me, just starting is going to allow me to get feedback on how I can make them better and more engaging so that I can show you behind the scenes of what it's taking me to build my business, my coaching and speaking business to 7 figures. My name is Lachlan Stuart and I am a life coach and I specialize in helping men with leadership so that they can lead their lives, their marriages and their health in the way that's going to serve them well. And I have that with the Become Method and I've got a book coming out on that very soon, which I'm excited to share with you. And that's something I should probably talk more about, and I will. So just quickly for today, this week's recap. Quick win. How to win, how to loss. Now the win. I have a 12-week game plan, and the 12-week game plan is something that I give my clients and I use myself to track my work year in quarters. I think 12 weeks is the perfect amount of time where you can make progress towards a goal. It's also not too long that if you veer off track or the goal doesn't move you towards where you want to be, you can pivot, you can change. And that's why I like it. And so I'm currently getting that tidied up because I made it on Canva and I've used it for a number of years. But now I just want a designer to go over it and maybe make it a little bit more professional, which is going to be awesome. But in the meantime, while I was testing how do I make something and get it printed off Amazon, I just made a journal, right? Like a blank page journal. The cool thing is it's going to be a man that can. I made that cover. So now that I am happy with it, even though it says not for a resale, I'm going to get this cover done properly. On the inside, there's a letter from me. If you're holding this journey, just the journal, sorry, it means you've chosen to do something that most men avoid. You've chosen to reflect. When I was younger, I thought journaling was a waste of time. And if you want to watch the rest, you're going to have to buy it when it's available. There's also the intent of journaling. There's also 25 prompts to spark clarity if you've never journaled before. And then we've got our pages. So yeah, that rocked up this week. And I was like proud. I was like, I never thought I'd publish something. And look, it's not a big publish really, like not much brain power went into the stories behind it. It's just a journal, but I'm like, cool, I've created something that I find useful and I use and other people will as well. Mega fail. I got some business cards because I had a client who gave me one of his and he's like, I've been giving them out a lot at these business events. Funnily enough, I went to a couple of keynotes last week and the CEO and people at the events are going, do you have a business card? And I was like, no, LinkedIn or Instagram. And then I met with Lockie who showed me his card and I was like, okay, I'm going to get some. So I got this. I got Danithi who works for me. She's my incredible assistant. She made this design up. That's upside down, so that's no good for you. But if you look at that, boom. And then on the back, wait for it, I forgot to put the stuff on there. So when I went to print, I printed one side and I was like, damn it, now I've bought 100 cards that I cannot use. But the reality is, someone said to me on Instagram, and this is why I love you guys giving me feedback, insights, asking questions. Someone was like, you could just write on them and give them to people, right? And that can be a cool little card, or you might use them at workshops. So either or, they're going to come in handy at some point as well. Now, some quick other wins for the week. Obviously, I'm documenting a lot of the things that I'm doing, but next week I have 4 keynotes, one for Boeing, one for Real Estate Queensland, one for the professional builders, and one for Variety, which is a shed building, Total Span, which is a shed building company. So I've been practicing those. I've got the slides all up here, which will be things like this. So you can see there. So just working through that, which I'm pretty pumped about. Very excited for that, which is good because I just want to be a good storyteller and I want to move people to make change and make them feel like they can do that. And that's something that's important to me. That's why I practice. I don't just have the stories in the back of my mind and hope that when I show up on the day, that's enough, because I don't believe it is. I think you got to got to practice the things you're doing, especially when I'm getting paid to do it. I think that's important. Some other things we did, had a couple of sales calls that didn't go ahead, which, that's life, that's a numbers game, and I'm not the right fit for everyone, but also when you're running a business, you're like, damn, I wish I got those sales. But anyway, that's all right. Some other things I'm pumped with is we were away last week in Uluru, which is, or Ayers Rock, the big rock in the middle of Australia in the Northern Territory. It was incredible. Like, being honest, not too much to do around there, but it was still a cool experience with my mum, my sister, my nephew, my brother-in-law, and yeah, we had an awesome time. And my wife, of course, as well. So saw a lot of cool stuff, and I'll put some photos here. But that was great. And then we, Dad called me today, which is always good. I love having phone calls from Dad, getting an update on what he's been up to. Danithi, my VA, killing it. She's doing inbox management. She's onboarding new clients. Just really, really killing it, making my life a whole lot easier. So if you're in business by yourself, definitely look at getting a virtual assistant. They can just make your life so much easier. So much easier. Met with Ascend Nutrition yesterday. Just going to look to potentially start doing some stuff there. They've got some great supplements, and obviously I'm an athlete in the deload towards the Melbourne Marathon. I got Melbourne Marathon next Sunday. I'll be stoked to see the back end of that training block. I've run 58 marathons this year. This will be my 59th. Actually, I've run more because I've run another one this year as well. Okay, so I've run 59 this year, 59 and a half, and this will be my 60th marathon for the year. I've never run one flat out. Like, I've always been doing it for the 58. So my PB technically is 3 hours 39, which I'm almost embarrassed to say, because when people ask me, I'm like, I want the sub 3 hours. And that's what I've been training for. So training's been going well. Hopefully we'll get over the line there. Another thing that I stumbled across, and I'm going to leave this here, is men's health stat. Look at this. I wrote this down. I almost didn't believe that was true. Do you believe that was true? 1 in 4 men have no mates. That's mind-blowing. I went down the rabbit hole around why that is, and I'm going to do a completely separate podcast on that. It's sad. We can do something about it. I think it's why I got into this work in the first place, and when the Man That Can first started, because it was about community. Not everyone has the skills, not everyone has the time. Men are, apparently, according to Google, we're socially lazy, which kind of get. So there's areas for improvement. So make sure you subscribe so you can get that email for sure. Some other things that I've done this week: launched podcast. Some things that I didn't get done off my week this week is record a video for the landing page on my website, like just to explain to people what the Become method is. And that's probably a really important video for me to get up, because if you're watching it, you might be like, well, what is it, dude? And why is it so good? I haven't done that yet, so I've got to do that. I didn't print off some sheets for the coach that I'm working with at Officeworks. So I needed to get that done. I sent flowers to everyone that I've done talks for the last couple of weeks, and I love doing that. Like, they don't expect it because they pay you to be there, but when I send them flowers and thank them for being there, they just are over the moon for that. So yeah, it's been all in all a good week. The only thing that I feel would make it better would be a few more sales, because I know that from a business standpoint that's important, but also from an impact standpoint, it means that I'm marketing myself well in the way that it's moving the needle for people, and they want change, they want help. And if week by week that goes by, I'm not doing that job, I'm not fulfilling my mission. So that's where I'm at. Let me know in the comments what you think about these reviews or recaps. Do they bore you to tears, or are they interesting? And do you want me to elaborate on things more? Yeah, I'm just going to try things because I'm curious to see what you're interested in. I'm curious to see what I'd look back on and go, that was pretty cool. Make sure you follow. Have a great week. I am really, really looking forward to having some downtime this weekend.